Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Are y'all ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats. The show will begin in just 2 minutes.
Begin transmission.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
Oh, there you are. Welcome to Weird Fantastic Toy Adventure Sunday Hangout. This is Bill here. We got a lot going on the show today. We got a couple of guests that are going to come in. Let's see who all's in the house. We got Jim Largo here. Good to see you there, Jim. We got Pope. He came in, but he's not going to be here. He's got to head out for the forest today. And we got Bruiser Brawler in the house. Good to see you there, Bruiser. Still looking for a Roton, huh? We got Bjorn Jorgensen. He came in, forgot what time it was, dealing with Grandpa. Well, I understand that, man. And let's see what Largo had to say. Largo says, do not adjust your television. Bill is now controlling vertical and horizontal. That's from Outer Limits, is it not? Well, it's good to see you guys. So let's bring our guests in. Let me get everything set up here for that. We got Grindhead Jim. Good to see you there, Jim. And we got another guest.
Chat.
We got another guest here. Here he comes. Oh, good to see you there, Adam.
How you doing,
All right,
everyone?
guys. So how's it been going? It's been a pretty radical week here for me. Been kind of burned out a little bit, Jim. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, man. Like I was saying before we came in, I did about 65 plus hours at work this week. It has just been brutal, to the point where I actually had plans to leave the house, and I didn't get to go because of work.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's
I know leaving the house is a big deal over there at the grind house, is it not?
that's right. At the Grind HQ, that's definitely a thing. I do not like to leave the house if I can, which is funny. I would just a kind of a side note because it's one of these things that eventually someone will notice. So if I don't say something, they'll be like, "Why didn't you tell us?" Everyone knows, I'm looking to eventually buy a house here, and I'm always looking for ways to boost my credit a little bit. And I found a place that would let me finance certain electronics, things like that. And I was looking at TVs. I'm not going to finance a TV right now. Where am I going to put it? Put it in storage. And then I found a little something something on their site, and I said, "Ooh, let me get me a Nintendo Switch." So I did. What was great about it is that it's no interest, no money down. I'll start paying them next week. And yeah, it's a beautiful machine. I've been playing all the free games, having a blast. Um, so that's something. But what's funny about it is that this is primarily a portable console that you also can play on your TV. I don't I don't go anywhere. So it's like that's part of why I was so late to the game, so to speak. But I was stuck at home yesterday, which is a weird thing to say. But I played the reveal for the new Splatoon game, which was a lot of fun. You just walk around
Okay.
splatting everywhere. And it's good times. It's good times.
Oh, I'm sure that's an energy release to play those video games, is it not, Jim?
It can be, and the thing is that I do play a lot, but I play a lot of like in-depth, serious shooters and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff on Nintendo Switch is just casual fun, just kind of
Yeah.
let it let it out. So it's an investment kind of in if I just need to disconnect away from all the stuff I normally do that's like super like breakneck stuff. This forces me to slow down and just have some fun.
Yep.
Which
That's how I use mine. I use mine for like offline stuff and just use offline gameplay. So right now I'm playing like Breath of the Wild, so I just play at my own pace. I don't have to worry about, if you're doing that multiplayer stuff, Call of Duty, getting shot in the back and whatnot. That just drives me crazy, but it's cool stuff.
I'm glad you brought this up, Bill. I saw them go up, and I went.
Yeah, I thought I would do a little bit of this today. These went up yesterday or day before, I forget. I think it was yesterday.
Either yesterday or Friday. The days are melding together. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the same here. I went on there and got Randor ordered. I told you guys that I wasn't really interested in that repaint of Trap Jaw too much, and Whiplash is not on my radar anymore. And I don't mean
you
to
don't
be
care
ugly,
about the Sunman stuff.
Yeah, I don't mean to be ugly, people, but the Sunman figures are not part of He-Man in my mind. I didn't even know they existed until probably a few years ago. So when I was a kid, I never saw them.
And for me, it's kind of the opposite effect. In as much as I did not know they existed, but I think it's one of the coolest ways to add to the line without just having some ham-fisted, newfangled thing in there. So I think it's the perfect blend. But I totally get why some people don't want them. I completely get it.
It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't want them. What I wish that Mattel had done with Sunman, and I know what they're doing. Their thinking is that they can get more people to buy into the line by branding it Masters of the Universe. In my opinion, they use the same bucks as Origin, but brand this stuff Sunman and put it in vintage packaging. And I'd have been perfectly happy with that. I probably wouldn't have collected it personally. I'm not collecting it now, but that's kind of what I wish they had have done. And,
That's-
and kind of like the wrestling figures and the superstar figures, that's not branded Masters of the Universe. It's got its own separate branding, and they could certainly do that with Sunman, in my opinion.
True. Although on the same token, I think it sends a clear message that they're saying these were alongside. This was a miss that we didn't fill this void back in the day. I think it has a place in the pantheon, so we're going to put it in the line. I
Hey,
get both sides of it. I would have loved this. I would have loved the card back if they would have just did like a vintage Sunman card back. Had
mhm.
the back be the cross sell from Origins, and on the front the big POW symbol be like part of Motu Origins, just a little tiny
yeah.
thing in there, and then
Mhm.
or stock, what's eh,
Well,
eh.
I personally, I think that they were looking to bring this into the Motu brand line to get
Yeah,
more people to actually purchase it, because I think they thought that if
Yeah.
it did not have the Motu brand, it probably would have peg warmed a little more,
and they're
and
probably right.
they could
This,
be. And so I have no problem with any of this. I mean, it's fine. It's just that for me, it's just not part of my collection. I've got to be picky and choosy about what I buy anyway with my resources. So, Randor's coming into the collection. I've always wanted a King Randor. I never had one when it first came out. When
wasn't
Randor,
he? Randor was a mail away, wasn't he, for the vintage?
no, he was on the shelf. I remember
Are
distinctly
you
seeing
sure?
it.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure.
If he was, it might have been somewhere else other than the United States. I distinctly remember seeing him on the shelf. Now, I was probably 18 years old when I saw him on the shelf. I wasn't going to buy him, but I kind of remember wishing that I was still 14 and I could have bought him at the time. When you're playing in the mud and going and killing people in other countries, you don't have toy money.
Yeah, he
Well,
was. He's actually a mail away here in Canada, so maybe he wasn't in the States, but here he was.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not disputing you, Adam. I just know for a fact I've seen it on the shelf here in the States. Anyway,
So
go ahead, Jim.
just to kind of put it in perspective, I found a listing on eBay of him on card.
Mhm.
So it lends credence to it. It makes perfect sense that in the U.S. it would be a carded figure, and maybe in other territories where they kind of felt like they were already kind of losing the grip on retail,
Mm.
perhaps have a mail away, and that's part of why he's so rare. If he was only available on card in the States, it makes perfect sense that there's going to be less specimens, because unless you were really on the pulse, you wouldn't be able to get it. So
Mr. Hootie Dean's in the house. Hey, everybody. Rulers of the Sun isn't for everyone, but I wish I would have had the figures when I was a kid and happy to collect them. Now, good deal, Mr. Hootie Dean. And
yeah,
we got Gilster 37 in the house. Hey there, guys. Great stuff. And Gilster is like me. He wants Mattel to release a weapons and armor pack like the originals. I wish they would, but don't hold your breath, my friend.
and if they don't, you never know. Someone else might come out with one.
Yeah, you never know. Stranger
know.
things have happened. There you go, Jim. I made that Stranger Things reference.
You went there. We got Will in the house too. How you doing, Will? We got Will. In the house.
Yeah, hey, Will McLaughlin, and Bruiser Brawler says he's all in on this wave, getting them all. Okay, good deal, man. Well,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, even though I'm a little picky about what I get, I want everyone to buy as many of these things as they possibly can, so that this line continues.
Yeah.
As a
And
matter, go ahead.
they don't have any sign of slowing down. And for those that like the Whiplash, for example, I had the vintage one as a kid. Loved that figure so much. One of the coolest features about the new one, his tail is removable, so you can put him in vehicles for the first time.
Yeah,
Really
that's
fun.
a great thing, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're thinking ahead like that. What I
Mhm.
wish that they had done with like the Wind Raider, for instance, is I wish that in the seat there had been a little notch made for He-Man's vest on the back, because
Yeah.
I had to take an extra He-Man harness and chop the little thing off in the back so He-Man could sit in the Wind Raider and wear his harness.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's one of these things where there's only so much they can engineer into a toy that's going to be mass marketed, and I would have loved that. I don't think it would have taken away much. But then there's other characters like Triclops, for example, has his slots in a different place. So
Yeah,
you have the same problem, and now that doesn't solve that. So I bet you the internal conversation was, well, otherwise there's going to be a slot all the way across, and even then it's only going to fit a third of the figures or something. It's a pain in the ass. But at the same time,
there may have been an internal conversation about that, Jim, and you know more about that than I do, but I'm a bit more cynical than you. I don't think they gave two craps.
fair.
All right. I know what everybody wants to see. They want to see the toy cam, so I'm going to bring it up here and let you guys look at the cam. Put it on the big screen here. Come on, big screen. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right. Well, I got the Batman. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother. It's your show.
That's okay, man. Don't worry about it.
I have a quick question about the Batmobile that I didn't catch on the stream. I rewatched it.
I know it was a horrible stream, and it's tough to watch.
It wasn't horrible. No. What I didn't catch, though, because this is something that I have a concern with, because on my Batmobile, steering wheel is like so up against his chest, it's hard to get him in there. Is there a way to push that in a little bit?
No, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a trick.
Okay.
Now, the thing about this trick is, you know that when you start doing stuff like this over and over and over again, it does wear out old toys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's take Batman out of the seat for a minute. Let's see if we can get in there close where you can see what I'm up to here. All right, so we're going to take Batman out.
I am fetched up.
All right. You can kind of pop this up like this right here.
Oh.
And you can put him in the seat with it up like this right here, which is the way I do it.
Okay.
Bring him in, and then you kind of bring it back down and just kind of pop it back into place like that right there.
See, mine's even further back, so I have a feeling mine probably got jostled, and I bet you if I just redo it, it'll probably be fine.
More than likely, that don't force, but give it a little push and see if it snaps into place.
Well, I have to fix my claw anyway, so I'm probably gonna fiddle with it, because I have it right over there, and I have the screwdriver. I should just get off my lazy butt and just go do it. Not right now.
And I showed you guys this earlier in the green room when we were chatting before the show, but I was going to show the fans. When I opened the old Batmobile, not the one that's on display here, but this old booger right here that's seen better days that I had when I was a kid. When I opened it up to fix the claw, underneath the claw, I found a piece of paper. And I don't know if you guys can read this or not, but it says,
"No, you're good.
Upon finding this, know ye that this Batmobile belongs to Bill Thompson." And
I freaking love that, dude.
it was on an old yellow piece of paper that I'd stuck inside the Batmobile to prove that this was my toy back when I was a kid. But anyway, I put the Batmobile out on display because I know everyone was interested in seeing that, and we'll put the Joker back here in the back, and we'll capture him with the capture claw on camera here, so everybody can see it happening. That claw.
Move your arm.
That claw actually works, and he's captured. And now Batman's going to drag him to his death to the police station.
So does his action feature work now?
It actually works now. As you can see, Joker's captured there. Claw came out and captured him. And if you go back, if you can stand to watch that stream over again and go back and watch it, there's a little almost triangular piece of plastic. And what happens is, over time, playing with the toy or moving the toy around or jostling the toy in a box or something, it can pop up off of its and pop down like that, so that it's not sitting in the capture claw itself. Because the way the capture claw is designed, there's a tab that fits in there, so that when the capture claw comes out, it goes around that tab so that it actually opens up and then closes around the figure. The Mattel designers, whoever designed this thing back in 1984, were geniuses.
Kenner, you mean?
Huh?
Kenner.
Kenner. Sorry, yeah, Kenner. My bad. The Kenner designers, when they designed this thing, they were geniuses because everything in here, and when you open that up, everything in there is just absolutely just amazing the way it's designed and the way it works. But anyway, and this Batmobile still has its engine sound, which is a tab down here in the bottom. I don't know. Let's see. We can see it right here. It's that white tab right here, and there's teeth inside the wheel, so that when it rides across those teeth, it makes that clicking sound. And when I was a kid, that annoyed the crap out of me. So I took that feature out of my Batmobile when I was a kid, so that it doesn't make the clicking sound. And I'm thinking about taking a piece of plastic and cutting out a tab to put in the old one. Jim says, "Why? Leave it alone, because that was your toy when you were a kid. Leave it like it was." Okay, I got it, bro.
Well, to be fair, you have two of them. Your original kid one, you can leave alone, and you can fix this one. But if the kid one is already fixed, you have one. Play with your toys how you want to play with your toys, man. Like, I'm not.
I know. My problem is I'm too much of a customizer. A lot of my toys are so customized that they probably are not worth what they should be because of the customization. However, some people will pay a premium for customized toys. I don't know. Not that I'm going to sell any of my crap anyway. My stuff's not for sale, folks.
By the way, I see a bat signal over there.
Yeah. You want to talk about that here in a sec? I'm putting Joker's mallet back in its place here inside the Super Armory, and I'm going to put this away real quick because I'm putting the Joker away. The Batman and Robin that are in the Batmobile are not the ones that I keep in the case. They're the ones that I kind of play with when I bring stuff out. But we're going to take the Batmobile off the scene here for a minute so we can show Jim that bat signal. This bat signal here, I purchased at Books A Million a few years ago, and it's made out of die-cast metal. This thing is heavy as heck.
That's awesome.
And it actually works. Yes, it's got a light inside of it, and it works. And let's see if we can project it.
Did it come as a bat signal?
Yes, that's a bat signal. Let me see if we can see that bat signal projecting back there a little. Maybe you can see it a little.
Do you know what the brand is on that, or like where it came from?
It's DC branded. I mean, it's a real deal toy, or something that you could buy, and it was sold at Books A Million. As a matter of fact, I probably got the box that it originally came in over in the Superpowers closet, but that's on the other side of the house and would make me have to rummage, and that would probably not be a good idea for today's stream. But Jim, I will get.
I just found it.
Okay, how much
on Amazon?
It's
$40.
Yeah, it was a rather expensive item at the time. I think I got mine on sale because they were trying to get rid of a whole bunch of stock at Books A Million at one time.
Sure,
but it was hard to pass up. Now, Adam was telling me the other day that he had one that was in a pen, and I've seen that one before too. And it projects a bat signal out of the end of that pen. And for toy play, if you want to display project a bat signal for your toys, that one was a perfect thing. However, that bat signal that I bought from Books A Million is more like the comic bat signal to me, and about the right size for it as well for the figures. As we can see here with Soups standing next to it. It's about the right.
And the thing is, like, you have, depending upon which line you collect, you could probably get away with this even in a 6-inch. Really, you probably could. And even so, you have a little, like, it's very comic book for me, very 89 for me. And for that price, it being die cast like that, that's not bad at all, dude. That's awesome. And for something that works, because you pay $20 for something that doesn't work.
let's how Mrs. Weird Fantastic Toys came in with the little bit of understanding here. What did she say here? Everything is for sale for a price. So she's absolutely right.
Paula,
She's
when I win the
absolutely right.
lottery, I will call you guys first. Well, second after I call my realtor.
And Mr. Hootie Dean expresses the same thing you did, Jim. There's no wrong way to collect or play with toys. That is absolutely correct, Mr. Hootie Dean.
Absolutely.
And Largo's got something he wants to ask here. He says, "Do y'all think that McFarlane will make an updated Batmobile?" No, I do not. What do you think,
I
Jim?
don't think that he will, especially after the backlash from the one he did for the Classic 66 line and how, frankly, shitty that one is.
Oh, that's a terrible. That was a terrible thing. I already had the Mattel version of it, and the Mattel version of it is oodles better.
Yep, absolutely.
McFarlane Superpowers Flash is showing up on the big auction site. Yeah, I figured that, and probably for a premium price too. Don't get to it, folks. They're coming. As we can see with all of the orders that are in stock on Big Bad Toy Store, as we can see with the fall reset happening at Walmart as we speak, and Target too, I think the issue that they were having with shipping has been resolved for the most part, and stuff is
Clearly.
coming. Yeah, considerably stuff is coming in. Mary Otwall is coming in. I believe that's your mom, Adam.
Yeah,
She
that's my
says
mom.
hello to Bill and his guest. Looking good. Thank you, sweetie. I'm glad you stopped in.
Appreciate
And
that, man.
Boba Hicks wants to know if there's an '89 Batmobile. If you're talking about the one that Norm Brayfogle did for Detective Comics back when he was the main artist on Detective Comics, if they make that Batmobile for superpowers, I'm all in, brother. That is
That's
the
the one with
sharpest,
that head on the front. Right?
badass Batmobile. Yes, it looks like a damn spaceship. And in the comics that Brayfogle did back in those days, when that thing would go down the street, it made no sound. It went swish. And you go, because it had dampeners on the engine, so that it was in stealth mode, and it just swished up and down the street. And the wheels were hidden behind these huge wheel wells that kind of stuck out on the side, so it almost looked like a hovercraft, although it wasn't. It had wheels on it, and the engines on the back were just huge and had these upsweep kind of fins on it. It was just badass. And I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's never been in toy form, but I have to question the onomatopoeia on that though, because if you're Batman, you're trying to strike fear into the hearts of criminals. Your car goes by, and the first thing the criminal says is, "Someone make a basket." You know, swish.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think he was aiming for the stealth so that he could sneak up on their asses and then pop out of nowhere like he tends to do. But I
Yeah,
can
but when he
understand.
pops up, and it's like you're not Michael Jordan. You're not.
Well, anyway, that to me that was one of the most badassest Batmobiles ever. And if you get a chance to look at some of those old comics that Brayfogle, he passed away here a year or so ago. So rest in peace, there, Norm Brayfogle. You were a hero to me back in the day when you were doing those comics, and that was and watching the evolution of that thing, because it started out as just a compact little car that kind of looked like a Ferrari or a Fiero, and then he just expanded the way he drew the back end of it and everything until it just looked pretty bad. And I think there is a Hot Wheels version of that, a small car version of that, and I've seen that. I wish I'd bought it back in the day, but I didn't when I saw it on for sale. But that's a badass Batmobile. Now
there was a Batmobile and I don't know if it was from the comics at the time or not, because I never saw it anywhere else. But in the original Suicide Squad redo in the early '90s, and Batman's Batmobile was almost like a kind of like a Ferrari, but it was very much more of a car with Batman stuff on it. Little bit of fit. It was a subdued. but it was just so sleek and so cool. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And
Well,
it was very.
One of the jokes that they had in one of the comic books back in the day was we gotta look at the garage inside the Bat Cave, and every freaking Batmobile that you could think of is in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So the implication is that he drives wherever the fuck he feels like driving at the time, and it could be any one of the Batmobiles that you're aware of, and that gives artistic license to anybody. You can have him drive whichever Batmobile you want him to drive when you're doing the comic.
It's very, very cool parallel to like Iron Man's armor.
Yes.
I've always felt that way about it.
All right. So what we've got on display here is we've got a Roton, we've got Leech, and we've got a Supermobile hanging out back there in the background. So I'm going to leave it up to the guys in the chat to tell me what they want to see opened up first. And of course, you guys, Jim and Adam, you feel free to hop in as well and tell me what you want me to open up first.
Chat. I have a hard out at 1 o'clock in a half hour, so I want to see the Roton first. Selfishly,
Yeah,
so
I want to see the Roton myself.
Jim Largo says the best looking '89 Batmobile is the Kenner Dark Knight Collection version, but it's a one-seater. That's correct. You are correct there, Largo. Let's see. Bjorn Orgenson wants to see Leech. Boba Hicks wants to see Leech. Jesse Hughes pops up and he says, "Happy Sunday, folks. Good to see you there, Epic Badger." Gilster wants to see Leech as well.
Damn you, chat.
All right, so we got most of the chat wants me to open up Leech first. Grindhead Jim wants me to open up the Roton. It's 12:31, so I'm going to open Leech up, but we're not going to play with Leech. We're going to go straight from opening Leech up and putting him off to the side. We're going to go to the Roton and try to get that out of the way so Jim can take care of his business at 1 o'clock. All right, so everybody wanted me to open this one up first, so here we go. Let's look at the front first. Figure sticks to smooth surfaces. Modern posing, retro play, Leech, Evil Master of Power Suction. And this is not a sticker. This is actually made into the cardboard. And it has the, shiny hologram look to it. On the back, it says, Leech's energy draining suction brings even Eternia's mightiest to their knees. And then you have the tells you how to work with it. You can stick him with his suction, and you can suction his feet. The mouth, hands, and feet stick to smooth surfaces. And there is a star there that says it only works with suction cup accessories. Dun, 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 dun. So you can't do this with the other hand and head. So you can only do it with the suction cup ones. That's for those of you who can't understand how actual physics works. Okay. The Heroic Warriors, He-Man, Snout Spout, Evil Warrior, Skeletor, Rulers of the Sun, Pighead, Evil Horde, Mantana, and Leech, and the Roton, all new for $22 on the cross sell on the back. All right. Let's get to opening. I'm going to just tear into this like I always do. If you guys don't like this, look away, but I don't give a hoot.
I live vicariously through you in these moments, man, because I always want to do this, but I like the card art too much.
Yeah. I usually take my knife and I slice around it at the very bottom of it so they don't damage the card. That's how I do it. I'm a hoarder like that. Pun intended. I gotta cut the safe cards.
Yeah, I got a stack of card backs. I only have one card back that actually tore off, and that was the original Stratos, my first Origins figure.
Oh,
and then I saw the
floor, but I'll find it in a minute. All right, here we got the crossbow accessory. We've got a head here, and we've got a comic that's going to come out. Night of the Leech.
Rawr.
And finally, Leech himself. And let's see how he is in here. All right. Yep, he's got these little gummies. I'm going to just pop them here.
Yeah, you just pull them hard enough to the back.
Yeah, they just pop right on out. Let's see, his feet are stuck on the same things. There we go. Pop loose. Come out. Leech.
Oh, like a song. Pop loose, come out, get out your package. There you go.
Now,
Is he heavy, Bill?
is he heavy? Let me pick him up and kind of hold him in my hand and give him a little F
He's
here.
not heavy, man. He's my brother.
No, he's sticking to the table. All right. He's no heavier than a normal Master of the Universe figure. Maybe just a little bit in the torso. Maybe he's a little heavier in the torso, perhaps.
So he's probably hollow in the inside, would you say?
Just like all the rest of them, yeah, it's hollow. It's not solid, no. His arms do pop out like normal. He's got the articulation that we're aware of. He's got suction cup hands. Each of the suction cups has got a tab on it, so that if it suctions down, you lift up with that tab and break the suction. Same thing on his mouth suction cup here, and suction cup feet. And when I pop him on the table, his suction cup feet have him suctioned onto the table here. He's suctioned down right now. So the suction cup action works pretty sharp.
When Leech says hell no, we won't go, he fucking means it.
I dropped his extra hand in the floor, and it's dark down here, and I can't see where it fell to, but we'll worry about that later. Anyway, they're going to sit back here and tease the rest of the chat until we get the Roton open, because we got to get that out of the way.
I do have one small request with Leech.
Yes.
See if he'll stick the Supermobile box, and if you can lift the toy up with Leech. I'm curious how strong
that's excellent idea. All right, we'll try that.
I can almost guarantee it probably will.
Yeah, I've heard
quite well.
All right, so he's suctioned on.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's badass. I love it.
That is badass, and just the barest little touch of these tabs back here broke that suction. So
that's awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet indeed.
He doesn't have the button in the back though, unlike the vintage one, I think. Is there a button?
There's no button to release the suction of his mouth. As a matter of fact, let me pop him up here for a second, and I'm going to change his head out because I cannot stand that head. I like this one much better. And the only problem I've got with this head here, which is cool as hell, is I wish that they put articulation in that jaw right there. Wouldn't that have been nice?
Yeah,
that would have been cool. But it's such a huge quality of life improvement because I just, I agree. Like the old school head is a nice thing to have. It's cool for certain kinds of things, but when it comes to just having the figure,
for display
having
purposes,
a head, exactly, yeah.
It's the exact same as the one in the classics. It's a good head.
Mattel gives good head. You heard it here first.
Oh.
Be careful.
Yeah.
I just want to hear that satisfying. I want to hear that satisfying Roton sound.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like I remember when we were kids opening stuff like this up, we had reckless abandon. Shit was flying everywhere.
Yeah. I definitely remember that on Christmas morning. Boxes would just get ripped.
Oh. I think that's part of why my dad started doing those ornate displays where he would take everything out of the box and then display the toy in front of the box, just to save himself the panic and anxiety of watching me just rip things to shreds.
Exactly. All right, so I've taken everything out of the box here, the Roton. We're going to put it off to the side. Do we want to look at the Roton box real quick? Let's do that real quick.
Sure.
Everybody
Let's
wants
do
to
it.
see
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Roton box
So,
art.
a refresher on the back of it too to see what characters
Yeah.
are on that.
Roton, evil assault vehicle, and Skeletor riding in it. The 40th anniversary logo here.
And don't you love how the packaging, it just extends the artwork in 3 dimensions?
I love it.
How
Yeah,
cool that
I
is.
do. That is absolutely just wonderful. We got
So
one of
good.
those little gargoyles from the battle cat battle armor
Mhm.
He-Man battle cat. Yeah.
Yep.
There's our buddy that we've got back there in the background. One of the reasons I went ahead and bought it, it's part of the artwork in this package. And then we got a picture of the Roton in action with its roll cage on it and the front piece. And it says, advance forward to rotate blades. Use on a smooth surface. So don't use it on non-smooth surfaces, kids.
Yeah, don't use it on the carpet. You're not allowed.
Whether on land or in the air, the Roton and its spinning blades carve a path of destruction. And back here in the back is Point Dread and the Talon Fighter teasing the hell out of us. We hope.
I'm telling you, it's coming. Dude, they're doing Eternia. They've got to do a Point Dread.
If they do, Jim, they better put both the playset and the vehicle in the same damn package. Point Dread and the Talon Fighter.
If not, we riot.
Yes. And there's Stratos flying, and that is the regular Stratos, the gray version. And let's see, modernizing and celebrating the 80s. We've seen all that. Remove blasters for surprise attacks. Attach cage to protect pilot. Attach faceplate to intimidate enemies.
Yes, because the Roton has sensitive eyes.
Yes. And we have the cross-sell Roton 2000X He-Man and Skeletor, Pighead, and Mantenna and U for 22. And what's on the side here, we've got Snake Tower from the Eternia playset, kind of showing up on the side. Yep. There's the Road Ripper right there. So you can get it to focus in with He-Man riding.
What's
in
funny
it.
is the Road Ripper's a 2-pack with Mechaneck. I don't know why they didn't put Mechaneck.
Why is Mechaneck in a 2-pack with the Road Ripper? Why is it Mechaneck being sold separately? Do they think he's not going to sell? Do people have a problem?
I think they're worried about that. Maybe they're worried the Road Ripper won't sell.
Yeah, I think Jim's right.
I want a Road Ripper. If I don't get that Road Ripper, I'm getting a vintage one, by God. And someday I'm hoping for an attack track, people.
Oh, I want an attack track so bad.
Okay, and on the other side here we have Screech. So maybe we'll see a Screech figure coming out in the future, we hope.
Oh, use
that mold.
Screech is going to come.
Yeah, the Zor mold is made, and Screech is just a repaint of the Zor mold, right?
It'll get packed. It's evil in. You watch and see.
All right. Underneath everything is the roll cage, and it comes in a plastic bag, which I'm going to open up and take out. There is the roll cage, and I'm going to take this plastic bag and save it to put accessories in later. So, how does the Roton come off? Well, look at here.
I love these.
Yes, isn't that nice? So you just
it's such a very, the only thing that it doesn't have, and this is true of all the vehicles, they don't have any good way to put the accessories back in the box, but at least put the main vehicle in there. That's such a nice touch.
And I'm going to save all of this because I might store this in the box.
And then the artwork's so good, like there it is. Yeah.
Oh, I love that sound. Gotta keep doing that. I want to hear it. Oh, yeah.
Action figure ASMR with Bill, Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures.
Thank you, Jim. All right, now I've got to get the other accessories off of this cardboard here. Let's see if you can see me doing that. I'm just ripping the shit out of this. I think I'm going to use the knife. there's some tape here. And I'm gonna knife that tape. There we go. So first things first is the faceplate. And next are the guns. All right, guns are loose. And this cardboard's going away. All right. So the faceplate can fit on the front, and then the guns go on either side here like that, I guess. And the faceplate can fit here on the front.
Does that click on or anything, or is it just rest on there?
All right, let's see if my camera can pick it up here.
From what I understand, the top holds it in more.
There's two holes.
Oh, maybe that's
there is.
And one here. You see those two holes, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There are two tabs.
Oh.
Gotcha.
I never noticed that. Okay.
They go inside those two holes. Now it's just pressure fitted in there. I mean, it doesn't snap too much. It's easy to come off. But
if you were to hold it upright, would it fall off?
If I were to hold it like this.
Yeah. Okay, so it stays. Okay.
Nice.
Now these here are just sitting in these holes. There's not a whole lot holding them in there. So I'm afraid if I turn this upside down, the guns are going to fall off. So the guns. Yeah, the guns just sit in these holes. Now, do I think that they're like that on purpose? Yes, I do, because I think figures can hold these guns in their hand.
Yes.
Yeah. And the roll cage has two tabs in the front and two very small tabs in the back here. And there are holes that correspond to those tabs. And it just pressure fits in there. If I can get that in there.
Yeah, when I first saw the reveal of this, and I saw that they had added the model pieces to it, I was kind of like ambivalent about it. But seeing it, it makes more sense. I like it.
I love it. It looks very glossy. It's glossy, isn't it, Bill?
Yes, it is very glossy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. What's going on with the faceplate once I get the roll cage on? All right. With the roll cage in place, the faceplate doesn't want to sit. It's kind of precariously balanced.
I think it's supposed to be on first.
Yeah, then the canopy on second, right? Like to push down on it, maybe?
Well, guys.
There you go.
That's the problem. When you do that, then these two tabs in the front don't engage in the holes that they're supposed to go into.
Oh, okay. I see.
Huh.
Odd. So yeah.
There you go.
Now.
You had to push it in a little bit?
Yeah, I had to push it in a little bit. Now, with the roll cage on, the guns have a pretty good range of motion, and the roll cage holds the guns in place.
Good stuff.
All right. So that takes care of the Roton. Here in a minute, I'm going to pull some action figures out, and we'll let them ride in it for a little while. But let's put it off to the side here.
Curious if you can fit one or two in there.
One figure. It's one-seater, folks. One-seater. Sorry. I've already seen, and I can tell by looking at it that we can put a figure in there, but we can't put two figures in the Roton.
I mean, you might be
I
able to
bet
fit
you could
like an
probably-
Evelyn or a Tila like in the lap.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
You
You
could probably
do
get
that.
a Tila and Evil in there.
All right, now I'm gonna hunt the floor just a second, Jim, because
You just see like Skeletor being like, "Would you like a ride in my fancy new whip?" Hmm? You know, just
Well, I've got a land shark in a box in here that I've never opened, and I'm going to do that one of these days. And that's the vehicle I think you'll be picking up chicks in.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him. The land shark's a thing of beauty. I love that thing.
Yeah, I know. I got one down there.
There is a hand in the floor somewhere, and I have just can't find it. And of course, when the show's over with, it'll probably be sitting right out in the open.
Yep, that's
I
how
wonder
it goes. As soon as you step back, it's probably under your chair, I bet.
Do you
More
think
like
Bill? Do you think a Masterverse figure would fit in it?
you could probably force a Masterverse figure to sit in it, but it probably wouldn't sit very well. The Masterverse figures are so much bigger, and
I've seen reviews where without the canopy, you can kind of make it work. It looks a little
they
weird,
definitely wouldn't sit in with the canopy. Let's take the canopy back loose again, and let's look inside the cockpit. Unlike the original Roton, this cockpit actually has a chair in it, so you have to bend the figure's legs in order to fit them into the cockpit. So I've seen that function on here, and of course the Roton is glossy, whereas the original one was more matte. So we got that going on.
Is it all sticker decals on it, or is some of it paint?
These are decals.
Okay.
All of these are decals.
What about the eyes?
The eyes, I think they're decals. Matter of fact, I can feel that they're decals. If they were, what is that called? Like what Faker's chest plate was on the new Faker? What's that called? I forget.
like sublimation or something.
Yeah, where it's not a sticker. It's kind of, I don't know, screen printed almost onto his chest.
That's kind of what that reminds me of.
Sublimation is where you actually like print it into a material. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can feel the edge of this with my fingernails. I barely go across this, and this is a sticker.
That's a sticker.
I do know this. When I get my Roton, the first thing I'm doing, I'm going to put Leech 1 foot on the seat, 1 foot on the floor. He's going to surf in that fucker.
That sounds cool. All right, I'm going to take Leech's accessories and put them over here, and take Leech off the scene for just a second, because this is what I've been waiting to open up, guys, to be honest with you.
I knew that would be your grand finale anyway. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, and you got a little less than 10 minutes there, Jim.
I'm watching the clock, bro.
Not that I'm trying to run you off or anything, but I don't want you to be late. For
No,
your meeting.
I get that, but also you know who I'm meeting with, so you know they're going to be a couple minutes late.
Oh, of course. Well, that's fashionable, is it not?
We'll call it that, sure.
Okay, there is 3 pieces of tape, one on each end and one in the middle here. So those have to be slided.
Yeah, I tell you, of all the things McFarlane could have screwed up with these toys, the one thing he did not screw up with was the fucking artwork. And I'm sorry to drop 2 F-bombs in 5 minutes.
I agree. The artwork is absolutely fantastic. Okay, the top fin comes separately in a plastic bag.
Mm-hmm.
And we pull it out and remove before use. And it's got a piece of plastic on the end holding everything together. And this part here is in another piece of plastic that is deep down inside the vehicle. I don't know if you guys can see down in there or not.
Yep, it's in there.
And there's something. Is there something else in there?
I don't think so.
You took the canopy cover out, right?
No, the canopy is the last thing come out.
Canopy is packed separately, unlike the Batwing.
It's actually very fragile in the Batwing too. I've seen a few reviews where a lot of people were breaking.
Well, speaking of bat wings, all right, I've noticed something in my area. When I went shopping yesterday, I went to a couple of Walmarts. I went to one in Batesville and I went to one in Oxford, Mississippi, which is the home of Ole Miss. But anyway, there's places for the Batwing on the shelf. No Batwings, only Supermobiles. Is that a distribution issue, or did the Batwings get recalled by McFarlane Toys because of the issue with the canopies? I don't know, but
that's a good question, because there's multiple people that had their Batwings broken in the exact same spot.
Yeah. And the fact that this was packed separately in here leads me to believe that they already knew about the issue and they didn't want it to happen again with the Supermobile, maybe. Oh boy. Now look at that. Look at that. That's heavily reinforced compared to what you see on that Batwing. And it says remove before use. So we're going to pull this out. Aha. Check this out.
Yeah.
That's a nice beefy piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a spring in there too? Like, I can't tell with that one.
There's a spring holding this piece in there.
Okay.
But the spring's never going to engage with the actual plastic of the cockpit, which is a lot more delicate than this plastic here. The design
is a
totally
big design difference. Yeah.
And it snaps right in place. Okay. You see that? You hear it click?
Yep.
And now
it looks good.
All right. There we go. See it?
That's nice.
All right. Next thing is to install the stabilizing fin. Save that plastic. Everything pops into place, and it looks like it pops into place permanently.
Yep.
So once this pops in,
that's it.
I don't think it's coming back out again easily. So it's not going to go back in its box very easily once that fin's on there.
They must have the clips on the sides when you clip it in. Probably, is that why?
I guess I should have showed it when I put it in. Here it goes.
I meant to ask you. Oh, there it is.
It comes out. It comes out with a little bit of effort, but not much. Each one of these, it's got just a little bit of a plastic lip on each end to kind of hold it in place. And there's little tabs in there that they slot into.
That's reasonable.
And it does come out fairly easily. So let's look at the little villain things here. They're supposed to pop up.
I love this. Such a cool little feature.
Figure out, it's goofy as all get out. Let's see if I can figure out how to open. There we go. I got one open up. There we go. And there's one on this side.
And it stays open. That's really cool.
Yeah, and there's a little slot right here for you to put your thumbnail under to pop it open. And it actually when it clicks shut, it's shut. So.
Nice. So he can do loop-de-loops and not lose the figures. Smart.
Exactly. And there it's popped open, and they stay open when you pop them open. You see that?
What I love about these is that they're for villains, but Darkseid clearly does not fit in there, which means we're going to get more.
Darkseid's an oversized figure. Darkseid's an oversized figure. I don't think that Superman will be fighting Darkseid in the Supermobile much anyway. But your mileage may vary. Let's find old Lex Luthor here and see if he actually fits in here. I got a feeling that none of these figures are going to fit in there very well.
I didn't think any of these fit.
Oh.
No, see, they're too big.
All right, that's my time, guys. I got to go. Thanks for having me, everybody.
All right, Jim.
Great times.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see you later, Jim. And
yeah, because I'm pretty sure the ones McFarlane made don't fit in it either.
No, they don't. So no,
Darn.
no, the villains are not going to fit very well into the
They don't have to be like
the villain
3 inches
coffin.
to fit in there.
Luthor might would fit without his armor on. Let's do that. So Superman has depowered Luthor by removing his armor, and now he's going to put Luthor in the coffin. Does he fit? Nope.
Nope. Still doesn't fit.
No. And let's see if Superman fits.
It's funny because when McFarlane showed this off, he even explained that you could put the characters in it, but they don't fit.
Yeah, they don't fit. Yeah, I mean, Farland was all giddy about the fact that he even had air holes in here so the figure could breathe inside of it. Well, you can't fit any figures inside of it anyway. So
I still think it's cool though. Like I
it's
like
cool. It. I mean, you can use it for storage or something like
Right.
that. But it's there's no figure going to fit inside these places here. So much for that.
I'm curious about that back, like through the back of it. Is it like hollow in the back or like where the vent is? Just kind of looking at it.
Talking about back here?
Yeah. Like see where the vents are? Like is it hollow through it or is it solid?
No. See this from here leads directly to here, but there's a plastic wall between here and there.
Okay, I see. I gotcha. Yep.
And I'm sure that this is hollow on the other side of this part here.
Right.
But no, it's and this is held in. Now, I guess if we got 2, 4, 6, 8 screws to take this thing apart. I'm sure if you take it apart, that this whole red section is just going to pop out. It's probably just slotted in here. No, Supermobile's not coming apart, folks, at all. As a matter of fact, a question of mine has been answered. No, you cannot use the Supermobile springs to fix the Batwing springs because it's a totally different mechanism in the Supermobile than the Batwing. And there's a knob on the bottom that controls the fist.
Yep.
So there we go.
I like that.
And last but not least, we're going to open the cockpit and we're going to put Soups in his seat. I love that. It just pops right open. There's
there's no strain on the plastic when it pops, right?
None whatsoever. It's a totally different design. So we're going to put Superman here in the Supermobile. And he fits pretty good in there and pop. There we go. He's riding the Supermobile. All right, guys. Let's hop over to the chat and see what folks are saying. Going up. Let's see. Lack Attack's in the house. Good to see you, Lack Silverack. He says sex droids lack and roll. And Will McLaughlin says, Lack, hello. I'm Bjorn, Will, Bill, Hicks. My brother number 1, Gilster. Down. Gilster has a question. Will Panther ever go on clearance? Don't want to pay $40. Well, you know, that's an interesting question because I've seen plenty of Panthers on the shelves in the Walmarts here, and they're not on clearance.
Yep, we've got a crap ton of them at Toys R Us as well. I'd have to double check, but I don't think there's a sale on him yet. But there's quite a bit of sales going on down there. I'd have to look at them.
And Bjorn, he's talking about flocked Panther. The flocked Panther costs significantly more than regular Panther. And flocked Panther is only for sale at Walmart. Walmart exclusive. Any ideas on deluxe figures for this wave? Are we talking about deluxe figures for Motu, or are we talking about deluxe figures for Superpowers? Let's see, flocked moss man. Okay, they're talking about superpowers. I would like to see a flocked moss man. It should. Moss man's supposed to have been flocked anyway. Wasn't he flocked originally there, Adam?
Yes, he is. He's flocked. Yep. I believe they even flocked him in the classics line as well because he also smells like pine.
Bjorn's at Walmart, or at least he was when he posted this. He wants to know if I'm looking for anything besides Flash. I want Flash and I want the Green Lantern figure, the John Stewart Green Lantern. If you see those, and Batwing, if you find one, even if it's got the messed up cockpit, I'm going to figure out a way to fix that.
Yeah.
See, McLaughlin says perfect for side stews and even Smithies. The Roton does it all, cutting the boring old way. Step into the future, line up in order now. All right. He even slices, dices, and juliennes. Bruiser Brawler said if they package the attack track this way with the monogram model stuff, that would be awesome. I agree. And if they do an attack track, I think they need to go that way. Let's see. Brawler also says, I used to have my Masterverse stuff to mod my Origins figures. Okay, I can see that. And I've seen Hebrew do the same thing.
Yep.
Lack's got to go. Working hard today. Good to have you in, Lack. You take care, man. Gilster, be careful, Lack, and drink plenty of water. That's right. Drink water. No superpower splashes at the Walmart. And a question from Gilster: can you see McFarlane release all of the superpowers? No. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's going to release much more after this second wave. And if he does, it's going to be more newer versions of figures and not older versions of figures. And Brawlers was telling me Motu is what they were talking about. Okay, guys, got caught up on the chat. I was going to change out Leech's hands, but I've lost one of his hands.
Yeah.
These hands pop out so that you can take these off. Now, let's see how hard that's going to come right on out. Okay. And then we can put. All right. Now, which one is this? Is this. All right. The thumb goes up.
It should be your right, I think.
Thumb goes up. So this goes on this side here. All right, there's his hand that goes on this side. And the other hand is on the floor somewhere. Now,
I think it's great that they have his classics head and his classics hands. That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, let's see how hard this is to do. I remember the Hordak one was a little tough. So, he fell. Huh. All right. Not too bad. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is not as hard to do as the Hordak one was. All right. Let's see. Now we got him. Feet down. Let's see if he'll stand up straight. There we go. All right, now I'm going to stand up and step back and see if I can find where that hand fell to.
Yeah, I was actually curious. He doesn't spin at the waist, though, does he?
Well, let's see. I thought he did.
I thought he did too, but now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like it. Oh, he does. Okay. Wow, that's hidden really well. That's really nice.
And I found the hand. So now he can have his other hand.
Oh, man, I'm loving it. I can't wait to get a hold of one.
There we go. Leech.
He probably sticks to that table pretty good, doesn't he?
He sticks very well to this table. Yeah, this is a veneer surface on the table there, and real shiny and smooth.
So them suction cups work really well.
Yeah, there's the old suction cup head, and you just lift up on that little tab and it pops right loose. So that's not too bad.
That's great.
All right, we said we were going to pull out some He-Man figures. So Let me get in here and find a He-Man figure that I can pull out, or Skeletor rather, and let him ride in that Roton before we close out for today.
Yeah. That's great.
I'm going to have to clean up the room again. I've junked up my room pulling stuff out. So next Sunday, maybe I'll put the toys away Sunday like I did with the karaoke playground.
Yeah, Gillister was saying that the original vintage Leech doesn't spin at the waist. That's right, because I remember he had the button on the back and he didn't spin at the waist. That's probably what made me think that this one didn't, but it does.
Yeah, he spins at the waist. All right, I'm getting down to where my Masters of the Universe figure cases are, so I can get a Skeletor out. And here is old Skeletor, and I'm going to leave his accessories inside there.
This is great.
All right. All right, Leech. I'm going to have to move you. So I got to pop your feet loose. Put you back here in the background with your accessories and your extra head and hands. And we're going to bring the old Skeletor up here and see if he'll ride in that Roton. All right, I'm going to pull his legs up and do his feet like that, like we used to do our old figures.
Yep.
Right here, he's got handles to hold on to control the Roton. He's riding high, folks. All right, let's put the faceplate on and the roll cage on and ride him around a little bit before we go today.
Just looks so good. I cannot wait to get the Roton. Just waiting for them to hit Canada. They haven't hit here yet.
And there's old Skelly. He's riding inside the Roton, guys. What do you think, Adam?
I'm loving it, and I can't wait to get one. I'm probably going to display mine on the ceiling because we're flies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have mine coming down. It's going to be awesome. I'm probably going to have to get 2 of those.
All right, so there's everything that we opened today. We've looked at everything. Is there anything that anybody wants to look at again or see a little something different of? Let me know in the chat before we go. Adam, what are your thoughts for today, man?
Oh, good stuff, man. I thought you did pretty well. I was surprised that you picked up that Leech. I thought that was freaking awesome. Because I didn't think you were going to get him.
No, when I went back to Walmart, I to get the Supermobile, I saw Leech over there, and I saw his buddy Snout Spout or Hose Nose or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He was Hose Nose in the Filmation cartoon, folks, but he was Snout Spout when he actually came out. I said, "No, buddy, you're staying here in Walmart. I don't want you." But I looked at Leech and I said, "You know what? You're just kind of cool, and you got that extra head that's just so just interesting. Even though you got a Horde symbol on your chest, I just couldn't resist getting Leech there. So I went ahead and grabbed him.
Yeah, he's really cool. He's done. Horde is my favorite faction, so I gotta have all the Horde members.
Yeah, so. That's pretty much the show for today.
Yeah, real good show.
Yeah, if anybody's got any final thoughts, now's the time to say them. Let's see. Roton looks great, says Boa Hicks. And use Keldor's boots and spray paint them white and gloss for Zodak, and spray paint vintage Castle Grayskull, share silver and gloss. Okay, and that's kind of what Gilster was talking about doing. I've thought about getting another Keldor set just to get those boot tops off of him and use them with one of my Skeletors, or like he said, paint them white for Zodak or gray. I've thought about that, but I don't know. Those Keldor 2-packs going to have to come down in price before I think about buying another one.
Yeah, we got them here too. I didn't end up picking up. I
At
passed.
one time they were everywhere. I think Target finally got rid of all of them. You don't see them as prevalent, but at one time they were packed in Target.
I saw that. I saw people posting pictures of it just completely flooded with Keldors.
Yeah, and what was funny about that was the previous month, everybody was like selling them on eBay for outrageous prices because they acted like they were going to be rare, and then suddenly they flooded the market with them. I hope a whole lot of scalpers lost their butts on those.
They definitely did, unfortunately.
And, so Adam, are you gonna get in on the on Wondar and Grizzler? I know you already have a Wondar that someone sent you.
Yeah, the man-child sent me the Wondar, and I am getting Grizzler. Joneser's got me covered there. He's grabbing us both one, so he's gonna get me a Grizzler. So I'm definitely getting him. I have to have him. So
okay,
I believe that's September 9th, and I think 10th and the 11th would be the made to order. So.
Well, I'll tell you what my thoughts are about this. I'm glad that they're re-releasing the Wondar and allowing people to buy him made to order, which is the way it should have been done, I guess, in the first place. My thoughts on that were that was originally going to be a con exclusive figure, and they ended up with a warehouse full of them when they decided not to go to PowerCon, and they had to get rid of them, so they decided to do it that way, and then it kind of backfired on them because more people wanted them than they anticipated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a win-win because the first day on the 9th, they'll get that minimum quantity or whatever that'll sell out. So that Mattel wins there, but then we win with the 10th and the 11th were made to order. So everybody wins. Mattel gets to sell out on the first day, which is what they care about is the money, and we get to win on the next 2 days. So everybody wins. That's the way it should be. And hopefully Hasbro is paying attention and does this with their G.I. Joe stuff.
With Hasbro Pulse, one can only hope. Now, my thoughts about Grizzler are this: even though Grizzler is not a figure that I would collect, and it's not going to be part of my collection, at least not at this point, I was a little upset. Even though they're doing this now to try to make up for it, I was a little upset. Well, I wasn't as upset as Wondar upset. I made a whole stream about that where I did nothing but just act a fool and cuss along with Rolo. But anyway, the first release of Grizzler was in that con exclusive pack, the Horde pack, and it was a variant figure, the black fur Grizzler, which I had no problem with that. That was a con exclusive figure. It was a variant figure. I think every figure in that set was a variant figure that was finally released at some point or another, except Grizzler. So that led many of us to believe that Grizzler
was going to hit retail.
Yeah, it was going to hit retail, which it definitely should have. So, and because it didn't, that kind of upsets me a little bit. It should have been the brown Grizzler should have come out retail.
Yeah, I mean he's a core member of the Horde, and he should be in retail, and that should be it. But the only thing I could figure, the reason why they were doing it that way is maybe the fur. I don't know. Maybe the fur was too expensive. Is that? I have no idea if that could be the reason why or not.
I mean, yeah, okay. The fur was too expensive, so that meant that he costs more than a regular figure, I guess. But no, I don't. I can't understand why that figure cannot be released. I mean, the Mantenna, for gosh sakes, is a regular figure. He's not a special figure. He's not a deluxe figure. He is in a regular box, costs regular as the rest of the figures, and he's got 4 freaking legs, 4 articulated legs, a whole new buck and everything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't do the same thing with Mantenna, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, I don't know if Mantenna is more popular than Grizzler or not, but I'm surprised Mantenna wasn't something special that you had to go over and buy as opposed to the brown fur Grizzler. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. There's not anything I can do about it. And my complaints are falling on deaf ears, and I'm probably preaching to the choir at this point. So, I mean, that kind of defeats that.
I'm okay with the made to order though, because at least it's a happy medium. It is hard for us Canadians though, because we are going to pay more. So, but thankfully I got Joneser and I can get it at cost, so it's not too bad that way.
Not bad at all. Well, it's time to go, everybody. Let me say, Adam, if you want to stick around in the green room after this so with for a little chat, please do.
Sure.
I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. I hope you enjoyed today's Sunday chill stream where we just kind of opened some toys and had some fun. And remember, together we shall triumph. Special thanks to these supporters on Patreon. Without your help, these adventures would not be possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please hit like and subscribe and share the video.